we made. So you see that crude refineries, when we refine here in Nigeria, it gives birth to other things which will expand our economy. Also, the price of PMS, which is petrol, is supposed to reduce by about 20, 30, or even 40%.
Yeah.
So you can go as high as 40% reduction, and the blessings that come with the products that will also be gotten off crude oil. So you see that if we truly get it right, if we truly get these refineries right, it's going to be a blessing to Nigeria. The report also have it that BUA is supposed to come on board next year, 2024, even though it's smaller than that of Dangote. But we have BUA, have Port Harcourt, and have our 3 refineries working on board, and we also have Dangote, BUA, and the likes coming on board. It looks like it should be a prosperous year. Very quickly, we move to the very next topic, which is bank recapitalization. A few days ago, I think it was last week, Friday or so, the CBN governor, Mr. Cardoso, was speaking. He hasn't really been speaking too many times, but I like that when he speaks things that does move the economy. Of course, he's the CBN governor. He's meant to move the economy with his words and actions. And what they have said is that this time around, we have to get more money. We can no longer use the former benchmark. The benchmark was raised in 2005 when SLS, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, was CBN governor. He raised it to 25 billion. Of course, people in the banking industry must have been expecting this because of the high rate of inflation in Nigeria at the moment. So it shows that the amount that was available before, which was 25 billion, it was about 87 in dollars. Now it's 87 million or so. We can no longer go at that rate because things have changed. The naira is no longer at the same level it used to be, and certain bankers are said to be planning to merge with each other. That has also been controversial because some players in the industry have said no, if you do this and people merge, there will be lots and lots of sackings. They can no longer operate under the same firm because you have to change the system. Other people have to go. You are sending more persons back into the crowd of
the unemployment
the unemployment circle.
Yes.
People who are earning salaries to feed, because nobody earns salary to feed himself in Nigeria. You earn salary to feed yourself, probably your family, and maybe extended the black tax thing. So you are sending people back into the dungeon of unemployment. And some people have said, why not just sell shares? And some other persons have said, if you sell shares, who is going to buy shares? Anybody buying shares at this time is probably a former thief who has enough money to buy shares because everybody right now is trying to survive. So, but Cardoso definitely, we have to do recapitalization because we cannot operate on this level. Share your thoughts with us, Femi Morgan.
It's obvious that we've had an experience of bank capitalization before, and the shake-ups are very, very interesting to watch. My fear for bank capitalization is the politicization of it. Sanusi, right?
Yeah, SLS.
SLS capitalized Nigerian's bank 2005. The only challenge with the capitalization was that people accused SLS of allegedly
favoring certain people,
being against certain people, and then, but apart from that, what came out of that process were stronger banks. We are in that era again where we are having banks that we are wondering, what's this bank for? What's that bank for? What's this bank doing?
It will interest you to know, Femi Morgan,
what's that bank doing?
At the time many people are declaring deficits, banks are declaring heavy profits.
Heavy profits. Should we mention names?
Heavy. In fact, in the top 7, top 10, doing well.
We are also in that era where we are saying, what's this bank for? What's this MFB for? What's this MFB for? The proliferation of banks these days is giving me some level of concern that maybe the money is in the bank and not outside the bank into the bank. So I have no problem with bank capitalization. I have a problem with you. Merging is going to happen. The economy is so difficult that banks that do not have the kind of capital and are creating false capitals. Some banks are creating false impressions to continue to do business, while that That is inimical.
Because if the banks are doing well, why are people not coming to get loans, to, to move
That's
into
what
the
I'm
economy
saying.
and then...
If a bank is healthy, if the Nigerian banking sector is truly healthy, the first set of people that will feel the impact are the entrepreneurs.
Exactly. Exactly.
The entrepreneurs will be able to access loans, will be able to
The real entrepreneurs, not the
not
guys in the middle.
political
Yeah,
entrepreneurs.
the guys down below.
The real SMEs will be able to say, what package do you have for me? And unique packages will be created to suit their, even unique interest rates. If a bank is strong, the bank can make certain leeways for your business to grow. But here, apologies to banks, a lot of banks are creating false impressions of prosperity, strength, and all of that. So we want a banking sector that is not creating false impressions. They have to merge, if they have to merge.
So of course, no timeline has been announced.
Job losses.
By the CBN. Yeah.
Job losses. You mentioned job losses.
Job losses. Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, 2024, we will have job losses.
Nigerians don't love to hear that.
Why? Because our economy seems not to be standing on the right foot. How much did you call $1 these days? 1,000.
It's about 1,100 or so.
Are you aware that given the electricity challenges that we have in this country, companies are closing down, irrespective of whether we are capitalizing banks? Are you aware that loan people who have taken loans for many years have refused to pay banks? And those loans are giving banks a headache. And this thing must apply because the constitution is above everyone, and also because without the laws, then we would find ourselves in chaos. So here we have a governor who is a former IBA chair president, who is sabotaging the rule of law. Let's face it, he's sabotaging the rule of law.
He's SAN.
An SAN is sabotaging the rule of law. The deputy governor is trying his best, possibly, reportedly, to hold down governance. But while he's trying to hold down governance, there are concerns, succession concerns for 2024. And it is those succession concerns for 2024 that are brewing. If we allow this man to
stay in power,
there's an
election in coming months.
The elections come. You understand? If he has a foothold in power, then perhaps he's
People
going
be loyal to him.
He's going to have more influence to play. Let's just say he will have more influence to assert himself more within that political sphere in Ondo. And people who are loyal to Akeredolu and people who also have other interests do not want that to happen for whatever reason. So, unfortunately for them, Ondo State is not any better. Governance should supersede pecuniary gains.
Quagmire.
Governance should supersede it. The question we should ask the acting governor is, your governor is not around.
He's not. You are using the term acting governor. He's not acting
Okay,
governor. He's still deputy governor.
the question we should ask the deputy governor is, your governor is not around. Sir, what are you doing right now to stretch?
I mean, Ondo did not have any representative at the Federal Executive Council.
What are you doing right now to stretch governance far more than what it is? What are you doing with IGR, sir? The villages that have complained about good roads and water, are they getting it? You know, infrastructure. What's happening with pension, school fees, and all of that?
I think salaries are being paid,
You know,
though,
of course,
because nobody has
in those
said they are
states,
being
yeah.
owed. So money's...
But let's ask, do we have a hub, a sustainable hub for Ondo State tech? Must it always be Lagos? You know?
Are we saying we don't have people who can...
Are you saying that there are no tech guys in Ondo State? If there are not, can't you create an environment to bring them up? You know? What is happening to the old cash crops that we've always had in Ondo State?
That is home of cocoa, for God's sake.
Because we are now reliant on oil. Mr. Deputy Governor, what moves are you making?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what we have on ground are people playing golf with other people's lives. You know, playing check, playing Scrabble with other people's lives. Because they are only looking at 2024. It should not be so. Constitutionality, as at this time, given the fact that the governor... Yes! I hear they want to impeach him.
No, now they've thrown that out.
Yeah,
they are no longer impeaching him.
But the truth is this.
Deputy governor
we
is
cannot
firmly...
discountenance the fact that deputy governors in Nigeria...
They are spare tires. They've always been, and they are still spare tires. It will probably go on in the future. I mean, unfortunately, we do not have enough time to dig in. It's good to have him back. Some people call him the Professor. Femi Morgan is back in the house again. It feels good to see him. Hopefully, we'll have more of him now that he's back. We've had a very, very big team working behind the scenes, ensuring that this program goes on air. And led by our able producer, Melanie Shola. I can see Olabode back as well, moving from one place to the other, pressing the right buttons. Olalekan Adetunji has been moving from one place to the other, ensuring our cameras and are doing the right things right here in the studio. My name is Segun Duayo, on behalf of the entire team, and of course Femi Morgan here in the studio, saying have a great Thursday. And as the weekend begins tomorrow, stay out of trouble. And of course, the last month of the year also begins tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. Have a fantastic weekend. God bless you.